A cowboy risks his future.
Are you sure, Roy? I need the money.
A detective risks his life. Two people with an urgent need to return to the past.
And we get off where the ticket says we get off.
At the exact place, at the exact time.
You ate my Pandemore and I hate you!
Hold it right there.
Who is it? What do you want?
The rest of the diamonds.
The doctors warned you. They said it was just too dangerous.
There they go. Will he make it?
John, will you tell me what this is all about? Why, in this day and age, a train?
Well, I thought a couple of days by myself.
Oh, I see. Want to think about your political deal, huh? Got a big future, John. Bigger than being a cop?
Hey, I like being a cop. We did all right.
Yeah.
Thanks for the lift, Charlie. And remember, crime don't pay.
Law enforcement don't either.
Your attention, please. Now boarding on track 4. The Pacific Limited for Portland and Seattle. Departure will be in 20 minutes. Your attention, please. Now boarding on track 4. The Pacific Limited for Portland and Seattle. Departure will be in 20 minutes.
Good day, sir. May I see your ticket? Los Angeles, June 6, 1973. Gate Y, track 13.
A ticket to 1973? This isn't some kind of a scam, is it?
It is a date that means something to you, isn't it, sir?
I guess you could say that.
This ticket will help you get there. Gate Y, track 13.
Track 13's not in service.
Oh, don't worry, sir. That's just for security reasons.
Passengers for the Pacific Limited for Portland and Seattle are requested to board the train on track 4.
Night clerk at the hotel gave me this. Came with a letter.
May I see it, please?
Yeah.
Bitter Fork, Montana, May 17th, 1977.
It's a neat little trick you got there.
Oh, no, sir, not me. I just work here. Gate Y, track 13.
Hi. All right. Good evening. Mr. Slocum? Mr. Culper? Are you ready to board? My name's Robert Jefferson Walker, but you'll be calling me R.J. before the trip is over, so you may as well start now. This way, please.
What's she run on?
She runs on time, sir. Please, follow me.
Wasn't it lovely, Jason? That New Year's party at the Montgomerys.
Oh, it was a colossal bore.
Of course, but not after we slipped away.
To that enchanting little place by the river.
And we danced all night.
Well, almost all night.
Here we are, sir. All checked in and ready to roll.
Oh, thank you, R.J. Good evening, gentlemen. My name is Jason. This is my wife, Margaret. Welcome aboard the Time Express. We are here to assist you in any way that we possibly can. Now, if you have any questions, speak up.
Yes, why did you send me a ticket?
Oh, we didn't. No, not our department.
Now, the passenger list is made up by the head of the line.
And very carefully, I assure you.
And we get off where the ticket says we get off.
At the exact place, on the exact day, at the exact time. Now, gentlemen, R.J. will show you to your compartments. Have a nice trip.
This way, please.
Well, this promises to be quite interesting. Champagne, darling.
Well, now, that might make it even more interesting.
I hope you'll be comfortable, Mr. Slocum. You'll find the washroom in there. And if you need anything, I'll be down the hallway.
Thank you.
Okay, Callahan. Let's be on our way.
It's easy enough for you to say. You don't have to get this monster going.
Well done.
How about that? Starting on the first try.
Culper, 1977, Bitter Fork.
Bitter Fork? Sounds like a Chinese restaurant.
It's a cattle town in Montana. They have an annual rodeo.
Rodeo.
Mr. Culper is a bronc rider, or was back in 1977.
Meaning what?
On May the 17th, he'd just been released from the local hospital after a bad fall, the latest of many.
It's time for the bonus attraction here at the annual Bitter Fork Roundup. Cal Twining is going to try and ride Dynamite. If he stays on for 8 seconds, he'll be the first cowboy to do it and collect the $2,500 prize. There they go. Like that $2,500 the promoters have been offering every day during the roundup is still unclaimed. Cowboys from all over the country have tried to ride Dynamite, but nobody's been able to stay on that black hurricane for 8 seconds yet. Dynamite's mean and ugly, but he's smart, and he don't like nothing on his back but his own hide. Remember, folks, the prize is $2,500, but we don't pay funeral expenses. Before we continue, the management has asked me to thank all you folks for turning out today. I understand that...
Roy, come on in.
How about that, folks?
Sit down.
Oh, George.
You okay?
Well, I ain't gonna recommend hospital food none, but they soaked me up pretty good. Listen, I came in to thank you.
What for?
Well, taking care of my kid and all while I was in the hospital. She been eating okay?
Yeah, Billy Jane's just fine. You know, Roy, you were in the hospital 2.5 weeks. You got any idea what that bill came to?
Well, I had $365 in prize money coming. Didn't that take care of it?
What, for 2.5 weeks? Nowadays?
Well, how much?
$1,900.
When I checked out, they said the bill was paid. In full.
Yeah, well, I sold your trailer, Roy. $125. That's what's left over.
Well, if you sold the trailer, where's Billy Jane staying?
Well, now, they said she'd be taken care of real good.
What do you mean, they? Who's got her?
Well, hell, Roy, she's only 10 years old, and with you in the hospital with maybe a punctured lung, was nothing I could do about it. They had papers. Legal.
Who had papers?
Child welfare.
Now, wait a minute, Roy. You know I can't afford no trouble with no government agency.
If I don't get Billy Jane back, you're gonna see what trouble is, George.
Hi, I'm Sarah Mason. Won't you come in?
You got my kid, Billy Jane. Where is she?
Please sit down. Mr. Culper, I'm sure that you love your child. I know Billy Jane loves you. We've talked about it. Actually, we've gotten to be pretty good friends. But you have to understand...
I said, where is she?
Mr. Culper, you have no fixed income. Every time the rodeo ambulance takes you back to the hospital, Billy Jane is left alone again. Now, do you think that's a better life for your child than living with some settled, average family?
This is my life, and Billy Jane is my kid.
How many times have you been hurt at the rodeo?
Couple. Nothing serious.
It says here your leg has been broken twice. You've had 3 displaced vertebrae. It doesn't say how many concussions. The doctors have warned you against riding again, and you don't call these injuries serious?
Oh, ma'am, if I did, I would have stopped riding a long time ago.
I realize how difficult it must have been for you raising a daughter all by yourself.
All by myself is the way I do things, Miss Mason.
Before the Bureau makes a final disposition of the case, you have the right to see Billy Jane.
That'll be now.
I'll take you to her. But, Mr. Culper, please try and believe me that whatever the Bureau decides is best for Billy Jane.
Best and happy ain't always the same thing.
Pa! Pa!
Hey!
Are you all right?
I'm fine.
You still have the bandage on.
Oh, that's nothing. That's just covering up some stitches. It'll be gone in a day or two.
Miss Mason, let's go in the kitchen. I got a roast needs looking at. We can talk.
I knew you'd come back. I just knew you would. I didn't unpack or anything. I've got everything ready in my suitcase. I'll go get it.
Hey, Billy Jane.
What's the matter, Pa?
Well, maybe you better wait up on that suitcase a little.
But I want to go home. I want to go back to the trailer.
Well, we ain't got a trailer no more.
What do you mean?
Well, we had to sell it to pay for the hospital. I'm sorry, babe.
Where are we gonna live?
Now, you listen to me. We're gonna get us a new rig. It's gonna be better than that old trailer. It's just that I gotta get some real money together, that's all. Just take maybe a day or two. don't you look at me like that. I'm coming back. It's just, I gotta get some real money together to show the welfare people that I can take care of you.
When will you be back?
Tomorrow.
Are you sure?
Billy Jane, ain't I kept every promise? I'm sorry, babe, for hollering at you.
It's okay. You're just worried, right?
Yeah, a little bit.
You don't have to worry about me. I'll just go upstairs and watch some TV and wait till you come back tomorrow to get me.
Okay.
That's how it's gonna be, right?
Yeah.
We'd like to thank all those good buddies at the Bitterford Junior Chamber of Commerce who donated so much of their time to making this rodeo the great one it is. We couldn't have done it without them.
I heard you were going to ride today.
I'm gonna stay on Dynamite, $2,500 worth.
The doctors warned you. They said it was just too dangerous.
I still gotta try.
Do you want to make Billy Jane an orphan?
I just want Billy Jane. You gonna watch?
So you get yourself killed? No, I don't think so.
Well, it sure is nice to know that somebody cares anyway.
Yeah.
Please contact the management. We got them, little lady. He's safe and sound. Ladies and gentlemen, the feature attraction of the Bitterford Rodeo Roundup. Roy Cooper will now ride Dynamite. For how long is another question.
Are you sure, Roy?
I need the money. Outside!
There they go. Dynamite and Roy Cooper. Well, he made it. A good try, Roy. Let's hear it for a brave cowboy, folks.
He was in the hospital for months this time. There was a chance he might never walk again.
Has he ever seen Billy Jane since then?
No.
I suppose what Mr. Culper wants is another crack at Dynamite.
And a chance to win his daughter back.
Well, let's hope he can carry it off. Next.
John Slocum, detective. 15 years with the police department. He's going back to June the 6th, 1973. The day he was shot.
Shot? Oh, that would account for his limp.
Yes, he was on a case. There was a robbery. Nearly $1 million worth of diamonds.
Here's the slug. Came from the old man's shoulder. Handgun. 25 caliber from the look of it.
Can he talk?
Sure. Not too long, though.
Thanks, Doc.
Was the front door locked, Mr. Hilling?
6 o'clock. I always lock up before I open the vault.
What about the burglar alarm? Didn't it go off?
No. I turned it on right after the last customer left, but it didn't go off. And I just heard this sound, and I turned, there he was.
What did he look like?
It's hard to say. He was average height. He was wearing a mask, a ski mask, and a parka. You think you can find him?
Pretty hard to unload 1 million in cut diamonds on the street, Mr. Hilling. We'll find him. Welcome.
The diamonds got heisted 2 days ago. You interested where they are?
I'm interested.
House on Victoria Place, 1618. You check it out. And watch it.
Why?
The guy who lives there is Danny White. He's a rattlesnake.
Well, how do I know this is straight? Who is this?
Look, the loot's buried there. Ask White's girl. She'll bend.
What's in it for you?
Sweet revenge, Copper. Sweet revenge.
Hello? Hello?
Think you got something, John?
Maybe. Maybe.
Just a minute, ma'am.
We're police officers. I'm Lieutenant Slocum. This is Lieutenant Enright. We've got a search warrant. Can we go inside? Want to check the closets, Charlie?
Mind telling me what you're checking for?
Diamonds. A whole stack of them. And what's your name?
Lorraine Cole.
And what do you do for a living, Miss Cole?
I'm on welfare.
Is that a fact?
Hey, what I found.
And whose outfit is that?
Danny's?
That would be Danny White.
Yes.
And where does he wear it to? Ice jobs? Keep an eye on it, Charlie. Ah, look what I found.
25.
25. Looks like Danny shot somebody with this. That makes it a hard rap. Now, Lorene, if you don't want us to take you downtown and book you for harboring a fugitive, you better tell us where the diamonds are.
The man has given you good advice, Lorene.
Two nights ago, Danny walks in with his bag, dumps it on the table. I never saw stuff like this in my life.
Where are the stones now?
Under the rose bush in the backyard.
Check out back, Charlie. See what's growing out there. If my partner doesn't come up with anything but roots, you got a problem.
I'm not lying.
Blue station wagon. Would that be Danny? Play it smart, Lorene.
Hi, babe. You been here long?
Not too long.
Hey, easy with that piece, man. Who is this joker?
A cop. He says you shot somebody, Danny. For the diamonds.
Hey, I didn't shoot nobody. What diamonds? I pick a little stuff up off the street is all.
This your 25?
Yeah. I shoot somebody with it?
Diamond merchant named Horace Hilling.
Hey, you got me all wrong. That piece has been in the drawer ever since I bought it. Isn't that right, Lorene? Well, tell him, man, I never used a gun.
You showed her the stones, Danny.
I showed her nothing. Tell him, Lorene.
Back it up, kid. You're a loser. And losers are bad liars.
I'm not doing time for a job I didn't pull. I'm a thief, not a sharpshooter.
Charlie, get him! Get him, Charlie!
That cold. Okay, John?
Yeah, I'll be okay, Charlie.
They caught the man they were after. Why should Slocum want to go back into the past?
Well, a lot of important people want him to run for political office. But before he says yes, he wants to be sure the slate is clean.
Why? What's troubling him?
He has doubts about the case. He's had them ever since the trial. He wants to be certain he didn't send an innocent man to prison.
Innocent? But by his own admission, Danny White is a thief.
Yes, of course. But policemen develop a sort of, well, a sixth sense about things.
Intuition? On the force?
There are women on the force these days. It must be catching.
Afternoon, Mr. Copper. Bitter Fork, Montana. May 17th, 1977. You're going back to ride dynamite again. You frightened?
Down to my boots.
I wish you luck, Mr. Copper.
Ladies and gentlemen, the feature attraction of the Bitter Fork Rodeo Roundup. Roy Copper will now ride dynamite. For how long is another question.
Are you sure, Roy?
I need the money.
Outside!
There they go. Dynamite and Roy Copper. Will he make it?
$2,500.
Yes, sir.
Well, Roy, what are you figuring on doing now?
Well, I'll tell you, George. First thing I'm going to do is put me a down payment on a new rig. Then this pretty lady and me are going to drive up to a man in the plumbing business and get Billie Jane.
One thing Billie Jane knows for sure, and that's geography. She's seen it all, the whole United States. And not out of no book, neither. Now that is real learning.
But Roy, you can't live off prize money forever.
Why don't you go worrying yourself about Billie Jane and me?
Yeah, but I do worry about Billie Jane. And about you.
There's no need to. Once a man rides dynamite, he can do anything.
Today was great, but what's next? Another rodeo? Another hamburger joint? Maybe even another fall? Is that all you want out of life?
It's what I do.
But Roy, there are other jobs.
Wages? Punching a clock? It's not for me.
Why isn't it for you? I work for wages and punch a clock, and that's just as real as anything you do. Well, if I was Billie Jane's mother...
Whoa, pretty lady. You're over the fence.
Cowboys are dumber than their horses. Oh, go ahead, break all your bones. I just feel sorry for Billie Jane.
Did you get the money, Pa?
Yeah, I sure did.
You rode dynamite?
That's right.
Didn't I tell you, Miss Bradley? My Pa's the best bronc rider in the circuit.
Yes, Billie Jane, that's what you said.
Well, I want to thank you both for watching me while Pa was in the hospital.
Roy, you can't live off prize money forever. What's next? Another rodeo? Another hamburger joint? Maybe even another fall?
Wortley, Henry.
I always wanted a daughter.
I'll go get my suitcase.
Billie Jane? Come here.
What's the matter, Pa?
I ain't taking you with me.
Why not?
I ain't going rodeo, and I'm gonna quit the circuit.
But you rode dynamite.
That's right. Nobody's gonna say that Roy Culper wasn't as good as the best. But I'm quitting. I'm gonna get me a job on a ranch. And there just ain't no room in a bunkhouse for a little girl.
You're gonna leave me? Here?
Well, here's where you belong, not down the road, honey. And you're gonna go to school. And you ain't gonna wear those old jeans and scuffed up boots, and you're gonna eat proper. Not chili and day-old coffee.
I won't stay. I'll run away.
Damn it, Billie Jane, you'll do what I say.
You're lying to me, Pa. You're lying to me.
Honey, I'm the one I've been lying to for more years than I want to think.
Billie Jane, your father loves you.
No, he doesn't. Not if he wants to go off and leave me. You ain't my Pa no more, and I hate you.
I'm gonna turn my rig back in. With the down payment, the money I got should come to about $2,300. I'm gonna put it in the bank and give it to Billie Jane.
That's a good idea.
You know something? A bronc ain't nothing but a horse with a fool on his back.
Roy, won't you be lonely all by yourself?
By myself is the way I always do things. That ain't always easy. Like now.
Well, maybe it'll get easier once you get settled.
Maybe.
I'm sorry it didn't work out, Mr. Culper.
Yeah. Well, when do we get back?
Oh, in a few hours.
Well, I'll go ahead and get cleaned up then.
Mr. Culper, Billie Jane will be all right. I'm sure of it. She's a very self-reliant child.
Well, thank you, ma'am. Sir?
Mr. Slocum. Los Angeles, 1973. The day you were shot. Good luck.
Back it up, kid. You're a loser, and losers are bad liars. I'm not doing time for a job I didn't pull. I'm a thief, not a sharpshooter.
Charlie, get him! Get him, Charlie! Charlie!
Is that cold? Hit you? You okay, John?
Yeah, I'm okay, Charlie. I'll be fine.
Takes the law longer to put a guy like Danny White behind bars than it does for us to catch him. Can't believe it. Anyway, the Took us 6 months to close this case. But Danny White has got 20 years to life, and that's one more punk off the streets.
Yeah.
Come on. Let's go eat. Chinese. I buy the fortune cookies.
No, Charlie. You go ahead. I'm not hungry.
What's the matter with you?
Nothing. We got a conviction, didn't we? What could be wrong?
Come on, John. I know you better than that.
2 things. First, the diamonds. We only recovered 1/3 of them from the backyard.
The rest will show up.
Second, the burglar alarm in Hilling's place. Why didn't it go off?
Oh, come on, John. Those things happen. Look, ballistics checked the bullet. The outfit was Danny White's. And Hilling identified the stones. This case was solid.
Except that Danny keeps saying he's innocent. And it's the way he says it, Charlie.
Oh, boy. 15 years on the force, and you still believe what some punk says in court?
You go eat your chow mein. I'll meet you later. Exactly when did Miss Cole move out, Mrs. Oates?
A week ago Friday. The house has been shut up ever since.
And you saw her leave?
Mm-hmm. Through the window.
Was she alone?
Oh, that Lorene, she ain't never alone. They left in a big car. 20,000 easy.
Hers?
Mm-mm. Some old duck was driving it.
What did he look like?
He was white-haired, kind of heavy-set. 60 if he was a day.
Did you ever see him before at the house with Lorene?
No. Friday a week ago was all. They just got in the car and off they went.
Thanks a lot, Miss Oates.
Sure. Glad to talk to you.
I ran a check on all the security systems in the building the day after the robbery.
Anything?
Not in the other offices. The only system that was out was Hilling's.
The wires cut?
No. Somebody shut down the alarm.
Inside job?
Could be for that kind of money. By the way, Hilling's been robbed before. Did you know that?
No. When?
2 years ago. The take was small. The stuff turned up in the market. We've got the report here, if you'd like to read it.
You're looking in the wrong place for Willie K, copper.
Where is he?
Where all the snitches go.
All right, I laughed. Now, look, I ran it down. He called me a couple of days after the diamond heist. Gave me Danny White. I want to talk to him. Now, where is he? Or do I have to stuff this in your big mouth?
Try Miami Beach. He came into a big bundle and took off. Eyeball side pocket.
It's gotta be that way, Charlie. It explains why the burglar alarm didn't go off. It explains the telephone call I got. Look, Lorraine or the old man got Willie K to tip me to set up Danny White.
All right, all right. Suppose I buy it. What do you want us to do?
Look, there's almost 850 grand of that stuff out there somewhere. Now, suppose Hilling did rig it with the girl. They got the diamonds and the insurance money. And sooner or later, they'd have to fence the stuff.
It's too hot to fence.
No, not if a legitimate dealer makes Hilling or the girl a good proposition.
The girl is better.
All right, the girl.
Legitimate fence would want a commission if he wanted to deal with us.
I'll get the insurance company to come up with 10%.
Think they'd do it?
To recover the rest of the loot? Sure, they'd do it.
Where do we get the fence?
What's your guy's name? Al Jacklin. You think he'd take it?
For 10%, Al Jacklin would take anything.
Then you set it up with Al.
Where?
You
figure it out with Jacqueline. Wherever it is, I'll be there. You cover the street. I'll take it inside the warehouse.
Just be careful, John.
Sure. Now, who's making the delivery?
The girl told Jacqueline that the old man would have the stones.
Yeah. Money and sex, that's a combination every time.
You could use a little of both.
You back it up when I get inside the warehouse.
Mr. Hilling. Who is it? What do you want?
The rest of the diamonds.
Lieutenant, where's Lorene?
Turn around. Huh? Nice and slow. All right, Mr. Hilling. I'm gonna frisk you. Act nervous. And when I shove you, you get behind those boxes and stay out of sight. You got it?
Oh.
All right, where are they?
Are you crazy? I just came here because Lorene wanted me to meet her here, that's all.
Move! Don't be stupid, it's all over. All right, come on out. I kept hoping I was wrong. Mr. Hilling showed up tonight because Lorene told him the diamonds were here. She set him up for you just the way she set up Danny White. Because you needed a couple of patsies. You turned off the burglar alarm, you took the jewels, you shot Mr. Hilling. Everything about tonight was a setup. Only you walked into your own trap. It kept adding up. Charlie's signature on the police report the security company showed me. Willie Kay, who was Charlie's snitch. The way the diamonds stayed off the street. I didn't want to believe it, but it was the only answer.
Well, at least you solved your case.
Yeah.
And Danny White?
Well, he's done 5 years. I'm sure he'll be glad not to do the rest of the term. Money and sex. It's a bad combination.
You like Charlie Enright, don't you?
We were partners for a long time. I guess he just got in too deep, that's all.
He'll be waiting for you at the terminal, you know.
Yeah, I know.
Both of you out of the same shoe?
Did you miss us, Pa?
Honey, you got no idea. I ain't even gonna ask how or why. Oh, man.
She just wouldn't stay where she was. She kept running back. So I just kept her until you got yourself straightened out. Roy, why don't you give us a chance? Stop going down the road. We can make it.
Yeah, we sure can.
John! Right here!
Hello, Charlie.
How was your trip?
Oh, just fine, fine.
Listen, let's get something to eat. I found the greatest little place in the world. Indian food. You like curry?
Now, wait a minute, Charlie.
Well, what's the matter?
I got a problem, Charlie.
Yeah?
Suppose you're a cop, and you send a guy up and he's doing 20 big ones. And you find out 5 years later it was a frame. What do you do?
Well, that depends. Cop straight?
The cop's straight.
Does he know who pulled the job that he set the guy up for?
He knows now, Charlie.
Turn him in, John.
That's what I thought you'd say, old buddy. Indian, huh? Let's eat first.
Well, Maggie, shall we call it a night?
Let's just sit a while.
What are you thinking about?
That New Year's party, when we slipped away from the Montgomerys.
Danced all night.
Almost all night.
Wednesday, The Muppets Go Hollywood. Join Kermit, Miss Piggy, and the whole gang with special guests Dick Van Dyke, Rita Moreno, Johnny Mathis, and more for a wild party at the Coconut Grove. The Muppets Go Hollywood. Wednesday at 8/7 Central and Mountain. Stay tuned for Hawaii Five-0 next, following Newsbreak.